See, it's one of those things in the IPL which is interesting. It's a fascinating study, especially when you have very strong, headstrong individuals, powerful players, very, very good players, and then the team is not doing as well as expected. And all sorts of things happen because the kind of pressures that come upon you are much more than the normal pressures. Here you have owners and they're a different kettle of fish altogether. Some are corporate owners, some are film stars. So the way they deal with you is very, very different. So the pressures of captaining in the IPL are huge. So when you look at it, when the management looks at it from the outside, they say, what do you do now? You have a situation that you can control or not control. And I think it's a very, very tough call every time because take a player like Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli is easily the best player RCB has. He is their biggest and most marketable star as well. If he is not going well, the other question you have to ask yourself is, will he go well as just a member of the team? And that's a very important question because I believe, for example, that Sourav Ganguly is best as a player when he is successful as a captain as well. Sourav Ganguly, till obviously in the days that he was bringing his career up, it's a different matter altogether. But once he became captain, it's very difficult for him to go back to being not a captain and playing under somebody else and giving it his all. He's best being captain. So what you have to figure out is that how difficult is it for that guy to adjust to not being captain? That's one of the parts of the decision. The second is that how bad is the situation? Because if you have to then get rid of the player, then you have to retool. Maybe you have to look at completely retooling. So when KKR decided that in 2011 Sourav was not the direction they'll take, they went and said that okay, if he's not the direction they take as captain, having him as a player doesn't make sense. And that's a really, really big call because a lot of these today, even whatever they look at it, RCB, a lot of their fan base are Virat Kohli fans as well. And given this kind of situation, there are only two ways to play it. Either they tell Virat Kohli that okay, you're one of our best players, one of our biggest players. Maybe this is not working out for you, it's not working out for us. We'll trade you to some other franchise, get some players in return because what they will want to do is get some players in return because Virat is still at the height of his powers. Or if Virat is in that situation where he doesn't really want to do that, then they can turn around and say that okay, why don't you do something? Why don't you go and just play? We'll get Owen Morgan, we'll get Kane Williamson, we'll get somebody, a good international captain, somebody else to captain, worry about that. You go play your game. You and AB de Villiers, just go and kill it. So these are the two options that you really have when you discuss with Virat. There is no other third option. So when Virat came out before this IPL, he said he was really going to enjoy this IPL, enjoy the way he's going to play the game and play it with a free mind. That's where he started off. But it's not turned out that way. He's playing and you can make out by his playing that he is burdened by the burden of captaincy. I don't think though it will impact him during the World Cup because he'll just set this aside because if you looked over the last 2-3 years when Virat has been captain, his RCB form has never impacted his international form. But what will happen though is that if RCB, they're out of the competition, they say 0-5 and they have no chance of making it, can RCB make it easier for Virat and say, Virat, don't bother about captaincy, we'll give it to somebody else. Go there, enjoy your cricket over the next 9-10 games and go there with a free mind. And maybe they'll just give him a bit more rest. I don't know that there's any other option for him right now. But the other thing is Virat is a stubborn man. He might just turn around and say, no, I'm going to play it out to the end. Virat didn't come here or reach his position in international cricket by being somebody who gives up.